Welcome to Quote&Build, the app that streamlines quotes, project tracking, and material analysis all in one place. Currently, creating a quote for a client can take between 3 and 5 hours, slowing decisions and reducing the chances of closing a deal. On top of that, many projects lack detailed tracking, which means critical stages and actual costs go unnoticed. Quote&Build allows fast quote generation, real-time project tracking, and clear graphs of progress and materials, helping construction companies make smarter decisions and increase their profits.
Hello everyone, my name is Simon, and for this sprint, I'm the Scrum Master. This is the developing team.
My name is Andrés.
My name is Juan Esteban.
My name is Jerónimo.
My name is Alejandro.
Here is the architecture. We can use the app from a browser in a PC and also from mobile from a browser. The programming languages are Python and TypeScript. We have some package manager, pip for Python, and MP just for the front end. The version control is Git. Here we have some of the frameworks in the project. We are using Node.js for the front end and the Django for the backend. The libraries that are specifically these ones for the API, the connection between front end and backend. We have some dependencies here in the requirement text and the package.json, and also we are using Bootstrap from an external, just by link.
So we only have one component, that is the Quote&Build app, because all functions are related, and the models we are going to be working with are client, client email, client phone, project, client project, phase, phase interval, supplier, supplier phone, material, phase material, supplier material, quote, quote supplier material, worker, worker phone, and quote worker.
Hello, so I had assigned be able to edit phases, create data per system when creating a new project, and assign start and end date to phases. So now it goes the demonstration. You can see that we have a different date now, and of course it appears in all the projects with the info we change.
The requirement I was assigned to for this sprint was creating graphs on the phases statistics.
My assigned requirement for the sprint were 14 and 15. When I click on project graph, I have to show the initial versus the executed cost and time of that phases. And if I have a filter in FR15, I will have to show the material cost in that phase. So if I click project statistics, I will see the initial quote and the final quote. Also, the cost and the specific duration of that phase, and the executed cost and duration of that phase. If I use a filter, for example, excavation, also see the cost of each material in the initial quote and the executed quote.
So when we go here into projects and we select a project in the place of graphs, we're going to see general information and the initial and final quote and the respective graphs, including cost, time, and cost divided by time to get a coefficient. And if we filter by a phase, let's say this one, we see the respective graphs and this cool graph that has each point of the plant and executed cost divided by time.
So the functional requirement that were assigned to me for this sprint were functional requirement 23, calculate the time a phase took, and functional requirement 24, calculate the total time a project took. So for the first functional requirement, I'm gonna add an interval, and only with is a planning phase on check will be added to the duration field. So I'm gonna add the interval, and I can see the update of the duration field. And for the second functional requirement, I'm gonna add to the statistics section, and I can see the total playing duration and total execute duration for the project.
Now, for the requirements I had for this sprint, I had the delete a quote and delete a phase. In this project, we can see that we have a quote that we can erase, and therefore we can erase the related phase. But if we go to another project like this one, we can see that the quote is not in a draft state, so I cannot erase it, and therefore when I try to erase the phase, it won't allow me.